So I realized that I don't have a good camera or microphone, so a lot of times when I do demonstrations and stuff, I don't know exactly how it's going to come out, but hopefully it comes out okay. Yeah, so this video will be about the general bass drum hit, and I think there are really three qualities. This is a really important sound, of course. It's going to be everywhere. And there are really three qualities that you should try to achieve from when it comes to this sound. They're not in any specific order, but I think they should be power, uh, lowness. I'm counting here, by the way. Power, lowness, and lack of breath used. I think that's a really important one that people might gloss over. Okay, so when it comes to lowness, I guess I'll just start in whatever order I please. I don't really care. Um, the lowness of a bass hit is really important, right? There's a really big difference. I don't know if you can hear it over this microphone, but there's a really big difference between like and like. So the way you want to try to achieve that, it sounds more, it sounds fuller. It really reverberates more, and you want to try to make your kind of like the back of your mouth area here, not like in your throat, but like what I mean. That like when you're singing a low note. So if you want to prepare one, you might want to sing like the lowest note that you can, right? You want to be like, and you want to keep that like really open back area, and then that's when you want to do that, right? And that'll totally differentiate your sound from someone that uses, right? It sounds like a child beatboxing, right? I don't know how much this is actually affected by if you're male or female, or how low you can actually sing. I haven't really, ever tried it with a different voice because I only have mine. That was stupid. But yeah, so really try to make it as open as possible and as reverberant as possible. I think that's important. Secondly, power. So I think a lot of the way to get power is to have a lot of this. This actually kind of goes together with the lack of breath thing. So something I think I only noticed somewhat recently, and I'm not even sure 100% how true it is that when I do it, at least personally, I use the air that's already currently in my mouth, right? So if you like think about it, it's like using the air that's in your mouth and expelling it, as opposed to breathing out from your lungs. Because I mean that's really important. If you breathe out from your lungs, you're gonna run out of breath super fast, and you're not gonna be able to do a lot of bass hits in one beat, like in a row, right? So if like for example you want to really do something like without breathing all the time, having a continuous beat. This is something you should really work on. You don't want a sound that sounds like, you see, because you're using, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a lot of air coming out of my mouth. You want the air to really cut off as soon as the sound comes out, right? So you want, and that's mostly achieved by taking all the air that's in your mouth and making it come out all at the same time, and then not adding any air after that, or like doing it slowly. You don't want to do it slowly. You want to, sorry, that's really annoying. Has that been going on for a while? I tend to ignore it. Whatever. Yeah. So you wanna make it come out all at the same time, which will achieve both power, and it'll also achieve the lack of breath, because you don't want it to be coming from your lungs. You don't want air to come out of you when you do it. That way you can just continually do it, right? Right? You want to. I'm not showing off. I'm just trying to come up with beats that have lots of really bass hits. That way you can see how if you get this technique really down, then you can make a lot of bass hits without having to breathe all the time, which is, I think, very important to the flow of your beats. And yeah, so really go for, I don't know how to really show this, because when I'm in person I would normally like try to make you do it, and then like, but yeah, try to go for, as opposed to, like those are sounds that I hear a lot of people make, and that can really affect your beat making capability in the future, even though it sounds fine for now because most people won't notice it. uh, It'll really affect in the future when you try to string beats together and add flow and stuff like that. So really get that down. I think it's probably one of the most important sounds. I'll make another video on variations of the P sound. I call it the P sound because it sounds like the letter P. Um, but yeah, that's super important. So really try to get that down. Yeah. See ya.